What do you do, baby? We're back for another week, another recipe, and today, very excited, we're doing one of my favorite dish. It's called sweetbreads. If you don't know what it is, it's pretty savage. It's veal throat, which is slits and eat. But it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And we're gonna do vol au vent too. A lot of techniques. It takes 2 days to make, and I'll show you why. Sounds crazy to take 2 days to make one meal, but you know, it's a good meal, so let's do it. Starting off, puff pastry. Day one, 3 cups of butter, cubes, in. Add this bad boy. Flour, half a cup. Let it bond together. Torch will help it emulsify a bit more. There you have it. Very nice. Okay, so we want to shape it in a rectangle or a square. I'm using a Ziploc bag. It's a great technique. The sweetbreads right here, beautifully pink. We are going to degorge it in a lot of water overnight, so at least 3 hours, but we're going to do it overnight. I'm going to change the water in like 2-3 hours, and right before bed I'm going to change the water again. This way all the blood will get out of the meat and it's going to be fresher, and you have to do that step. Lid and in the fridge. We're making the dough for the puff pastry. 2 cups of flour. The more you put on the side, the better the recipe is. Sugar. Salt. 1 cup of water in there. Tablespoon of white wine vinegar. The weird looking thingy this time. Add in. Looking halfway there, so we're gonna add the butter. We got a clean station, so we'll just finish it on here. This dough is looking pretty even. Put it here, room temp for about an hour. So we're giving it our first fold. I'll come back in 30 minutes. Do it the other way this time. Oh, it's actually looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Pretty happy with that. And we'll just put it in the fridge, save it for tomorrow. Change the water on our sweetbreads. We'll be ready to roll for day 2. We're in day 2. Take the sweetbreads out of the water. Basic brine now, so you're gonna take 2 liters of water times 2%, and that's 40 grams of salt. Skip those sweetbread back For sauce, beef bone marrow. Give them a nice coloration. Rehydrating some dried marrow mushroom. Potatoes, fill it with water just over the top and bring it to a simmer till fully cooked. We're working on the cours-bouillon. This is the cook sweetbreads. These guys have been in the oven for about 30 minutes at 450. Be careful on that fat. It's very, very hot. You don't want to burn yourself. So we're gonna add some of these veggies I cut earlier. So that's onions, some leek, and some celery. So 15 minutes at 375. The 45 minutes in the brine. This is simmering pretty nice. And we're gonna do 9 minutes. So yeah, I took the biggest. You have no resistance when you're getting in. Chestnuts. This is one of the highlights of my plate. So there you go, timer has rang. We have a cold water bath here. And we're gonna put it back in the fridge, let it cool down. Fuck. Just gonna add all of that in. Alright, so we added a bit of coloration, you can hear it. It's coloring nicely. Here I have cold water and cold water only, so I'm going to pour that on top of it. And we'll cook this down for at least 2 hours. Those chestnuts, cut it in half and then pop it out. Sadly, the chestnut were rotten. We'll have one chestnut. Sometimes life gives you chestnuts and they're rotten. What do you want to do? Temper it a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna start building our sauce. Add these bad boys in. We're getting a nice coloration there. Add 1/4 of a cup of the madeira. And we'll just burn it. This way it'll have layers of flavor. I evaporate all the liquid. It's gonna be looking split. It's gonna be just the fat that's gonna stay in that pot. When it's looking like just butter, like just fat, that's when we add 1/4 of flour. Now, lower the pot right here, and we're gonna cook that flour a little bit. We want to add coloration on it, and we don't want that raw flour taste. Add our stock to it. There we go. There you go. Beautiful example of marrow. This is where you have all the flavor. So you make sure you take this and put it in the pot. So here, put a giraffe. So put it aside. A little butter. The morels we strain and we cut into rounds. So there we have it. Full coloration on the butter. So right, so we cook them down about 5 minutes. They're getting coloration on there. Strain our sauce again on top of these guys. So we'll just add madeira again. And we'll set it aside. The most important parts of taking that silver skin off. There you go, that's a great example right here. There's a lot. There you have it. That's pretty much it. Let's sear these bad boys. We're gonna sear both of them at the same time. Put a little flour on top. A little salt. A little black pepper. And just add the potatoes in. Throw it in there. There are going to be what the French term is monter au beurre. So just add some butter in. Or puff pastry, pot au vent. They're looking a bit not perfect, but that's not the point, guys. Flavor is. Mold's already in there. Chestnut, we were able to have just one. Black pepper. There we go. Let's dive in there. Beautiful. Should be crispy, should be nice. This is insane.